What is good, fam? It is JP Buffett here, and today I want to talk about what is becoming probably one of my favorite cards, and that is my Delta Platinum card from American Express. Now, this card, Amex basically made an S tier card. Honestly, this card, I think, for most people who especially have people who have like a player 2, this card is great. So in this video today, I want to talk about 5 reasons that I think this card is good for me. It might be good for you or it might not be good for you. So let us get into the video. No more wasting time. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the TakeOff 15. Now, TakeOff 15, it is on all of the annual fee Delta cards, be it the Delta Gold, this card, the Delta Platinum, and the Delta Reserve. So that's not special about that. But the fact that it is on the Reserve that it is on the Plat makes it a really good get. So for people who don't know, TakeOff 15, basically what happens is when you have an award flight, they take off 15% of what the reward flight is. So if you think about it this way, if the flight is, I'd say 20,000 points, you take off 15% of that, and I can't do math in my head right now, whatever 15% from that would be, that is now the flight cost. And the great thing about it is that it reduces the cost of the flight, which increases the number of points you can hold on to, which I know many people don't like Delta points. They say there's Delta miles, they say there's Sky Pesos, but still, saving points is saving points. And on top of that, you get it automatically, unlike issuers like JetBlue, which do not actually give you it until you take the flight. I love JetBlue, but that is one downside of having the card. So now you can basically keep your points, and on top of that, you can use them for a different redemption. And not a lot of other programs, at least the ones that I know of, have this. So TakeOff 15 for me is one great reason to have the Delta Platinum card, or any Delta card that has an annual fee, everything besides the blue, for example. Now, the annual fee of this card did jump up from $250 to $350, but you didn't really get many things that can really offset the annual fee of this card besides the TSA pre-check / global entry or the companion pass that came with it. But now what they're adding in is a hotel credit. That's $100, at least on the Delta Platinum, that is a $150 hotel credit, which I personally love. Now, let's be real. What you're doing here is you're prepaying $150 for a hotel that you're going to basically stay at. But honestly, for me, because I'm going to basically travel and stay at hotels anyways, having this works pretty well for me. Now, it is a Delta Stays credit, so you have to book it through Delta or through Delta Stays portal, but it's basically an Expedia portal. And the prices you see on there are the same prices that you will see on Expedia. So I think it's pretty good to use already, especially if you're going to be traveling anyways. So for $150, basically knocking down the effective annual fee I have, I think it's pretty worth it. Definitely better than many other cards that don't have this type of perk on them. By the way, if you are enjoying this video so far, please show the like button some love. Don't hit it, just click it. Another thing they added is a $10 a month Resy credit up to $120 for the year. Now, for many people, this might not be useful because they might not be able to go to a Resy restaurant or want to go to a Resy restaurant and use the $10 coupon, as they would call it. But for me personally, I find this to be really useful because there are sweet spots that you can find. So for example, there is a taco place I like going to, and it is a part of Resy. They have Taco Tuesday. So now I can use my Resy credit plus the points I get plus the perks I get from it being Taco Tuesday, and just kind of stack those together. So while there are places on Resy that you probably can't use, that probably don't want to go to, there are places you can find that are not super pricey that you might want to go to already. And honestly, it's not that bad to get outside your comfort zone sometimes. See, hey, is there certain places I want to try out? Is there new things I want to discover? So for me personally, I think that is great to have this credit in there and basically get an extra $120 of full value that I can actually use. So if you're adding that, 150 credit plus this 150 hotel credit plus this 120 credit, now I'm getting $270 worth of credits, which I think is pretty good, and it's already basically almost covering the annual fee of the card by itself. So I think Amex adding this just adds to the power of the card, and not many other cards are able to match this. I don't think anything that United or American Airlines or even cards that I have like the JetBlue Plus card are able to match this type of value that you're getting from this Delta Platinum card. Now, there's also a rideshare credit. I personally don't get much value out of this. I mean, I know there's people who probably do get value out of it, but still, it is not something also there that helps you basically justify or find value that was not there before. So Amex is not really removing things. They're adding in all of this extra things that you can say, hey, I can use it for this, I can use it for that. So even though I can't really use or want to use the rideshare credit, it is something there that can help me out a little bit and help me, kind of like stomach the annual fee happening here. And it's making the card that much more powerful. So think about it this way. Let's say you're taking a flight somewhere, for example, and you need to use Uber. That could be $10 off of your Uber ride already, especially if you're flying. So I think for a card that is a travel card like this one, having these extra little perks for things like ride shares, having it for, hotels and stuff like that, it really can be easily justified because you are going to fly or you're going to potentially take some type of taxi or ride share anyway. I'm going to get to the last one. I'm sure you guys already saw this one coming. It is basically the companion pass or the expanded companion pass. I really think that Amex hit out the park with this one by expanding it to Central America. And this is mainly working for player 2 setups. I think it's great. I think it now allows you and the player 2 to really function, and really go more places besides the continual United States. So for people who do not know, the card before only had, it only went to the 48 states minus Alaska and Hawaii and all of the territories like Puerto Rico, for example. But now the new companion pass allows you to go to all the 48 states plus Alaska plus Hawaii and Central America. So this really allows you to really gain more from this companion pass. So you're paying a $350 annual fee, but you can be getting a lot more value out of it depending on the ticket of the main cabin fare that you're going to be going for. So I think this would make the card an S tier card by itself. I mean, think about it. You can do a play with player 2. Basically, you have the card, the player 2 has the card. For a family of 4, you can now get a round trip flight for basically a flight of 2 people. I think there are many different ways this card can be used, and many different ways a pair of these cards can be used, and it just makes it very exciting for me. I think it's a very good S tier card, at least by that example for alone. Hell, you can even use it as a way to go out with your friends somewhere and say, hey, I got you. We can take care of your fare. Just you pay the tax, or you pay me this amount of money, and it's covered. Hey, it can be a way to basically recoup your annual fee by itself. So those are different ways you can use it. I think it's great. I think the hotel credit, I think all of the other credits alongside of it, I think the card has what a lot of other cards don't have. It costs $350 an annual fee, but at the same time, it's giving you so much in terms of value that you hopefully are already using. So that negates the annual fees you're already paying. And I think it's a great card all around, especially for an airline card that many people use. Many people fly Delta. So it's a great card all around. I think Amex and Delta hit it out of the park. I love this card so much that I didn't even get an intro bonus for this. I upgraded this card from my Delta Blue card. So I think the card is great. As long as it stays like this, I never see myself personally canceling it. And yeah, those are my 5 reasons of getting this card, of loving this card, of having this card, of thinking this card is an S tier card. Let me know if you disagree or agree. But yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.